The EU has met their new UK Brexit negotiator. What was discussed yesterday?
Good morning, Tessa. Well, when Michel Barnier addressed the press yesterday, he told them that there were two things that they needed to agree on. First, they had to finalize the withdrawal agreement. Second, they had to find a political declaration on the future relationship between the UK and the EU. Now, you heard it from Vinny. The main sticking point in the withdrawal agreement remains the border with Northern Ireland. As for the political declaration, the EU really wants to find the best free trade agreement with the UK that respects, I quote, the integrity of the single market. Now, the EU also wants to find some kind of arrangement on internal and external security issues between the UK and the EU. And from Dominic Raab, you heard it. He came yesterday saying that he was eager to intensify the negotiations and work on the white paper. Now, senior diplomats here in the EU say that the white paper is indeed an important step. It finally puts down on paper exactly what the UK wants, but it's not the only document, the diplomats say. It's only part of the wider discussion on Brexit. And it's also important to say that yesterday, when both negotiators met, this was also the day the EU published its 17-page communication warning business operators in the EU of what would happen in the eventuality of no deal.
All right, and Brian, is there any sense that the two sides are actually moving forward with this, especially comparing it to the previous, Brexit minister? Are they progressing?
Well, Tessa, it's sometimes hard to tell. Sometimes you feel they're very close to finding a deal. For months now, the EU has been saying that the vast majority of issues, about 90% of them, has already been agreed on. But the negotiations sometimes seem really far and on the edge of falling apart, mainly because of these sticking points that Vinny explained earlier, and on the future relationship and what kind of trade deal will be found between the EU and the UK. Now, there are two scenarios on the table. Either they do find an agreement and then there will be a transition period until the 1st of January 2021. Either there's no deal at all, and then on the 30th of March 2019, EU law stops applying to the UK. And so the EU is clearly warning all business operators. They've published notices online saying, get ready, check your supply chains, check your certificates, your VAT, your personal data, because we don't know where these negotiations could go.